Hello everybody, today in another tutorial. Um, so as I promised, if I got good reactions in my previous video and stuff like this, I would like to make other tutorial to show how to make 3 poses using Blender, and that's the more advanced, but you know, it's really worth it once you are there. Like, it's nothing like Flash Player at all. So of course I asked. This folder was originally made by Kit. He's very amazing developer, and he has too many knowledge. Actually, he's my teacher in Blender, stuff like this. So I decided to go ahead and make tutorial explaining how to make poses using his file. First, I made a little of modifications on the file before I actually record this video to make it work with 3 group poses or 6 or 5 group poses. All right, so. Alright, so as you can see here, I have 3 avatars, and each avatar on T pose. That's how is each avatar rest pose, like that. Okay, so don't get shocked that you see things that you don't understand. It's just confusion for you right now, but we will get to it together. So yeah. Alright. I have left the project files on the description down there. You can go ahead and take a look. Okay. So as you can see here, we have that and that and that. And that's gonna be 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and we have down here these 3 dots, or these yellow dots down there. Okay, well, let me explain. These are what we call it K-frame, and K-frame means that's like you changing the pose. Each time you change the pose, you're gonna change the keyframe. And I made a sequence, as you can see down there, 3 sequences to make the perfect pose for you, and not to confuse IMVU system. So 3 sequences for a static pose is great. Okay, so here, as you can see, so I'm thinking I have missed doing something, which I'm gonna do right now with you guys. So I guess this is 1 and this is 2. So that's no. Hang on, let me do that real quick. That's gonna be 2, and that's going to be 1. Don't mind this step, guys. All right. Just I will upload the file that have this already edited, so don't mind this step. Okay, so let's start on our tutorial. Okay, we have this pretty shape. Let's start now. So to start with the pose in Blender, you have here object mode. You're gonna select by stroking the mouse, right? And to select not the body, select the armature. I would suggest you watch a video about the introductions about how to make poses in Blender before you actually watch this video. It will really help you so much, because once you have knowledge about how and stuff like this, it's very easy for you. Some people say it's very complicated to make poses in Blender, but no, it's not really. Okay, let me go ahead and move that here. Okay, so we have here this. I'm gonna go after selecting this, the matcher or the skeleton, select it and go ahead and click pose mode. Okay, there we got this shape. Make sure to click that and make it from global, because global is always the default option. Make it local. Okay. Alright. Local is the best when you're making posts. And if you want to, like, you know, some people want to make posts in different ways, you can go ahead and do global, but you have to watch out because sometimes global will break the skeleton. Okay. It doesn't make it look real. But anyway, let's focus here. Okay, so select which boon do you want to, like, move. Like, for example, that's the leg. That's two boons are the legs, and these are the knees. You'll get used to it. Just now you just confused. As you can see here, if we click, you see that's move. We're not going to use move. We're gonna use rotate. Rotate here from this section. Okay, so as you can see here, when I click rotate, not the move, rotate, and it started to bring up the gizmos that we have actually in Flash Player. So if you can see, the confusion started to get along with each other, and you can go ahead and play on how you want to pose, but always make sure that the keyframe is set to 1. Right, you have always to make sure that the keyframe is set to 1. Look, here's the thing about Blender. You have to go with the steps, and I would suggest for you to type down the steps down there in a notepad or whatever. Just type there. First, I have to make sure that blah blah blah, because this is gonna help you too much. In my very beginning, I started to do that until I figured out things. Okay, so this glitch happened. Oh, I missed doing this step. Oh, I always give Kit hard time about all the glitches I'm having. Really. Okay, so moving on. Here, as you can see, I choose this, and actually there's very small here armature, and I'm thinking that's shoulder. Yeah, pretty much. So let's make a simple shape for each one, just simple for now because we are testing, right? We don't make something complicated. So let's mark them with simple pose. So let's go ahead and do that, and do that example, and do that. Say, for example, I love to be extra, but you don't have to make this camera track. Actually, yeah, when you want things to be 100%, you can go with X and Y, like to make it look perfect, like lined up. As you can see, it lines up the avatar, but you don't have to do that. It's just me. Okay, so we have his hands like that, for example, and he's going to be having, let's say, his hands like that, and let's say you're gonna have to have his legs like that. And always make sure, if you want to rotate the whole avatar, there's here upper butt armature, and that's how you can rotate your avatar, your entire avatar, like you can see here. So that's perfect. That's perfect actually in Blender. Okay, so here we rotated it. We select and rotate, right? And here, let's make it look a little bit realistic. Oops. Let's go here like that. Let's make it look like that. Oh, that's looking broken. Okay. We can always like change this. Okay. Okay, so that's the first pose. He's like, I don't know what he's doing. Okay, but anyway. And, oh, look, I made just a mistake right now. I cannot go from this skeleton to click that skeleton. No. I have first to go object mode, right there, and click that. So it can be fixed up. You see what I mean? So that's okay. you going to be pulling your hair in the beginning, and that's fine because that's learning process, and nobody's getting professional just in the first try. You know what I mean? But you'll get it. You'll get it because one day I was like you. You know, I didn't know anything about anything. I just got it in order. So I selected it, right? I don't select the body again. I select the armature and go pose mode. But before going to other um, avatar or other pose, we have to do something in this because you know everything has mechanism. So as you can see here, I go back to my old skeleton and click pose mode. Not my old, I'm sorry, my first skeleton, or we call it one, body one. Okay, so we go here and click A to select everything. One time A. See? One time A. Just one time. I'm thinking there's like display or so. Feed display. Nah. They're like to show what I'm hitting on my keyboard. I'm not sure really where it is, but we need that. No, not really sure. We need that later. Maybe in my second tutorial when I figure it out. Not that right? Nah. Sounds no. Okay, never mind. So we press A, right? We press A to select everything, and it has to turn all blue like that. And we go ahead and click I. Click I. And you have to make sure it says successfully added, again, successfully added 609 keyframes for king set lock rod, but okay. So it has to say that. So always make sure to click I after you click A to select all the skeleton, and that's basically it. You saving the post in the folder. So you saving it in keyframe 1, and we need to save it actually in keyframe 10 as well. But here first it gives you the T-pose when you change to 10. So we need to copy the pose. Control C like you're copying any folder, and it has to tell you down there copy it pose to buffer, and go down to 10. You have to make sure it says 10. That's very important. When you play with the keyframe, it's very important, or it will miss the whole pose in IMVU. Okay, so we press KC, right, and then we're gonna go to 10, keyframe 10, and then Control V. And as you can see, it turns the pose where we want it. And we need to actually save it too, so we're gonna click I. So we have the pose saved in keyframe 1 and keyframe 10. And then in 20, that's fine. We can leave it in T-pose in 20. We don't mess with 20. Why? Because we need IMVU to recognize that we are in T-pose, so it can actually read the folder as a pose. So that's how IMVU is doing. You import the FPX. IMVU not gonna read the file unless it's in T-pose. Deal? You understand now? Alright. So that trick is very important. You don't mess with keyframe 20. You mess with 10 and 1. Okay, and if you cannot get that specifically, you can use always the arrows on your keyboard. As you can see here, I'm using my arrows right now. So as you can see, it's moving specifically 1 by 1. So I will need to change 10 and change 1, and not 20. We leave 20. Okay. Well, that's here. That looks cool, actually. Alright. So it has to give you this results. Again, it has to give you this results. When you move from 1 to 10, it's the same pose. And then it started to change to T-pose when we go to 20. Okay. Okay, we are there now. Okay, we finished the first pose. I'm going slow, very slow, because I know there's people that's very confused right now because they are the first time starting to use Blender. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm using the very newest Blender, okay? and that's working pretty awesome. It's 2.92.0. That's the version I'm using right now. So please stick with that, because older than that, or let's say older than 2.83, it's not gonna make give you the same results sometimes. So stick with that, alright? Okay, so we have that here. We need to, as I told you, when we was at pose mode, we have to change to object mode again, then select the other or the second pose, armature or skeleton, and go ahead and pose mode. Alright, so here we are again. We have here again 1, 10, and 20, and you see that the other avatar actually moving, so don't mind that. It just showing you that it moves as we move, actually, even if it's in the second one. So that's actually awesome, because you can see that in 20 they are all gonna be in rest pose again, but when we move to 1 they are going to be in the pose or that you want, or if we move to 10, you know what I mean? So that's awesome actually. Okay, so back here to 1, and let's make simple pose. Let's say for example, I don't know, actually I don't have something in my mind. Let's make something like that. Not sure what I'm doing really. I don't have something or inspiration in my mind right now. As you can see here, let's link them together, bro. Okay, here's this very simple thing. I'm not really focusing how we want me to make looks pose, but you know what? Just let's make his legs look like that, and move that here. And let's make something here. Always when you make poses, you know, you're gonna mess with this. You're gonna rotate the how the avatar be rotating or aiming, because that's, you know, making it look very realistic, because nobody looks 100% like that. You're gonna have to rotate it, and rotate that. You click pose and then rotate it. Let's say, well, that's actually a nice pose. Like he's standing on his knees, or so, resting on his knees, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Like that, pretty much. Okay, so that's the second pose, and what we're gonna do is click A and click I and click Control C and go to it's a 10 and click Control V and click I again. So as we can see, we have here that these two poses that we made, and as you can see, I'm gonna back here, it's the same pose. Then I'm gonna go to 20, they are starting to rest. That's the shape that we want, always. We grab here this and move it here, it's the pose that we want. And move it back to 20, it's the rest pose T-pose that we want. Okay. Now let's go ahead and object mode and click third pose, last pose, pose mode. And let's make other pose as well. So let's make something here. He's breathing his yeah. Let's make like I don't know actually. I've been inactive actually lately. I've been having exams and all this kind of stuff. So wish me good luck, guys. Really, I'm doing this because this tutorial because I had people asking me on my inbox, not one or two. I had too many people asking me in my inbox, can you please do that? Because I want to make poses. So doing it really because of, and mostly because I'm not anymore like most active in IMVU. Mostly now on Second Life or so, trying to get my carriers there. It's Second Life is amazing, guys. I'm telling you this. Like once you really get it, it's amazing. I actually will make, after my exams, when I have a free time, I'll make a tutorial on how to start your avatar in there, and I'll actually stream it on some of my friends' server, Nicoheim. And as you can see here, we're moving something really not random. That's how we make poses in IMVU, basically. Okay, here. As you can see here, I was about to make a mistake. I was about to click I in 20, and that will mess up the whole entire thing. So we need to go back to and see what I just did. I made the pose in 20. So don't freak out. It's okay. It's okay. So what if you did that, or if you like blazed it on other sequence? Like for example, let's mess it up. All right. So I have made that, and it blazed 4. What can I do now? And you know, go ahead and delete the whole project you made because you made this mistake. No. Don't freak out. It's okay. So what you're gonna do is click on it. You see it's selected, right? And click delete. That's it. And what we're gonna do about this one, first I'm gonna select them all, and we're gonna go back to 20. First, we don't want to lose the post, right? So we're gonna click A and Control C. So we selected it, and we don't want to make the post back to again. So I made a mistake again. So click on this 20, and then click A, and then click C. Alright, so select it again, shift, hold shift, select that, and select that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you can go ahead, click pose, clear transform. You see here pose where it says once you select it all. Sometimes you can find it down here and sometimes up here, so don't freak out. Click pose, and then clear transform and click all, and you see, ta-da, gives you back the pose that you want, and make sure that you're in 20 actually. Okay, so we're gonna back to 1 exactly, where you can see they are posing the other poses. I'm gonna make Control V, so that's the pose that we made, and click I and go to 10, and click Control V and click I. Okay, easy peasy. Here, as you can see, I messed up and I made myself, because you know, nobody doesn't make mistakes. We're all making mistakes, and that's learning process. Alright, well, that's basically how we make poses. Okay, so let me show you how to import actually in IMVU. I'm gonna go to object mode, and you have to follow what I'm gonna say. Here, down here, you see it says body 1, 2, 3, and you see down here skeletons. It says female 03 master roots. That's what we need. We need the skeleton, and we don't need the body, because we're not making a mesh. We're making animation. We're making pose. Okay, so female 03 master root. We can select that. Hold shift. Hold shift. You have to hold shift. That's very important. And click the second one, and hold shift. Keep holding shift still, and select the third one. And as you can see, they are turning one orange and one very reddish orange, like hard orange. So you have to make sure these are looking like that. Okay, we don't select the body. We don't need the body. We need the skeletons. Okay, we click File, and then Export, and then FPX. And here, very important thing to do. It's very important to do that. As you can see here, we have limit to, when you click export FPX, we have limit to make sure to select selected objects, and we need selected objects only. and that's the skeleton only and not the body, so you need to understand what we're doing. Okay, close that and close the transform, you don't need that. Okay, click the geometry, and we need to make sure apply modifiers is turned off, and click armature and make sure add leaf boons is turned off. Okay, and we need the bake animation actually because we make an animation, so leave bake animations there. Okay, so let's name that something, and I'll leave this in the description as well, so you can take a look at it if you want to. Make it alt YouTube, yeah, YouTube through posts, GB group posts. Okay, I'm gonna export. All right. So as you can see in cell projects, oops, IMVU, I mean project files. Okay, it's saved here. Alt YouTube C posts group posts. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy that and go to here. Well, as you can see, I have derivation. I will link that in the description as well. MT3 group post and MT5 group post, but you are free to use whatever, and there's a lot of derivations out there in an IMVU shop, so you're not limited to use that, but I'm gonna use that because that's mine, right? Okay, so we're gonna go to MT3 group post and click derive from product and click open, and tada, started loading. Alright, and if you actually annoying because it has Ramsey creation stuff like this, just add a black picture, empty black picture here and here, and it will remove the whole thing. It will make it invisible. Okay, so you don't mind that. Okay, so first thing we're gonna make sure that this always 3 posts is xsf.xsf. This is very important because every time you're gonna add the posts, it's gonna change this. So as we moving, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna click is FBX import and load FBX, and we're gonna select the ones that we made, alt YouTube 3 posts group posts. Open that and click hide 9 skeletons that contain no meshes. We don't need that. Okay, and here we open this section and we have a lot of things here. What do we click? Okay, relax, don't freak out. Okay, so what we click is we click the second one where it says root node female 03 master root, female 03 master root, 86 bones 0 meshes. We click that and click configure FBX. Take some time, and it says FBX file contains no meshes. Alright, we know, buddy, because we're not making a mesh, we're making animation, we're making both. Okay, so click import changes, and always make sure apply scale, gonna make that 0.001 or 0.01. 0.01, I'm thinking. We're gonna see. Okay, and we here have animation actions. We have T-pose 001, T-pose pelvis nude, and T-pose 002. So what is that? It's okay. I know that you are confused and don't know what is that. Okay, assembly, that's the 3 poses that we made. So which one is 1 and which one is 2, which one is 3? Okay, so let me explain that. T-pose pelvis nude, or it will be something else because it actually saves on the last boon that you selected. Okay, so it selects randomly. So, but we have to make sure you see this number? This number right there, it's important because this means 002. That means that's this pose 3, and this pose 2, and the middle one is pose 1. Okay, click import. It takes some time. It says success. Okay, success. Import changes. Apply changes. Okay, and you see this actually moved a little bit, and that's why, because you see in configuration it changed it to something weird, and we don't need that. We click that and make it 3 poses XSF. Apply changes, go to assists, and click the skeleton. We don't need this bullshit. Okay, apply changes, and here 3 poses XSF to the XSF. Go back to actions Alright, actions, and that's the last. I'm thinking that's a trick on doing the pose here, right there. So in actions, actually, we're gonna we are stance one, right? That means we are. I lined them up. Actually, one going to be always there, and it should not be specifically 100%. You have to make some adjustments in Blender always. But I made the one looking like this direction, always that direction. Okay, so as I could. So stance one, we're gonna go ahead and select that and make it T-pose built with node, and the one that doesn't have 001 or 002, because that's one's a default, that means it's 0, so 0 is the first one. Okay, click apply changes, and 2 makes that 001, and the 3 pose makes that 002, which is the third. Okay, here we go. And what is the next step is click the stance one again and make the loop 0 and make the loop start, and that's very important. You're gonna, this numbers is constant. You're gonna make loop start 9 and end 10 and blend in 0, blend out 0. Okay, apply changes, go here 0, 9 and 10, 0, 0. Okay, stance 3, 0 and sorry, 9, 10, 0, 0. Alright, we're almost there. Okay, now let's test it out. So actually, for not to not get confused, let me try. I need the empty pose, so let's go ahead and try this one. Okay, as we can see here, we have here 1, 2, and 3. So as it's line in Blender, this 1 and this 2 and this 3. If you did not get these 3 yellow nodes, that means in configuration you don't have it in 3 poses XFXF. I have to make sure that you always change to that. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Like let's try it out. Fingers crossed. Okay, so click it, and whoo, makes the same shapes that we made here. Let's go back a little bit steps here. We made that as 1, as you can see, and actually made it look perfect, just the same we want it. Perfect. Okay, so it's add the actor. Add actor. And go ahead and try. Okay, so let's go ahead. That's pose 1, and that's 2, and that's 3. That's 2, and that's 3. So let's go ahead and do 2. And they are in each other. I said you're gonna make some adjustments in Blender, and to do that actually, you move it, and this using this. Sorry, select that, pose mode, and select that. To do that, you click the move here, not the rotate, the move, and move it all wherever you want it. You move it wherever you want it to fix it in IMVU. So you can grab it a little bit like that. So it's actually so close to that. So let's, for example, make it like that. So it can be fixed in here, and we're gonna see that together now. But just in general, I'm gonna try to do something now. Okay, so close actor to open other actor, add an actor. Actor 1. It's okay, you're confused right now, but you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's make that look different so we know. And we have here the 2 and 3. We're gonna select the third one to try it out. And here, as you can see, that's the third pose that we made. Yeah, I know they are random poses because I didn't not really spend time doing it, but yeah, it's something simple as that. As you can see here, that's the third pose as we made it here. Okay, but the issue is with the second pose. It's a little bit off because it's all the way in the other avatar. And that actually can be many things. Maybe because I'm using scale, whatever, but you're gonna manage that while you're creating, okay? Because I'm just doing something random right now. Okay, so let's fix this body because it's another avatar. Let's go ahead and to make a change. So let's back forward steps. It was here, okay. So it's a little bit here, this direction. So we need to grab it here, right? Make sure you are in 1 and not 2 or 3, or because it's gonna mess up this whole thing and start to select, then delete, then copy, paste, and stuff like this. So just make sure you are always in keyframe 1 and moving it this direction, let's say, for example, and select it all and click I to save the new post. It says successfully added 809 keyframes, and go to first click Ctrl C and go to 10 and click Ctrl V and click I. Alright, so we have this shape. Okay, awesome. Okay, so click first click object mode and go here, hold shift, select the first, the second and the third. Okay, click export FBX and may name that, just add 1 after that, so we have all the things here. We have to make sure this selected objects, yes, no apply modifiers, and no add leaf booms. Okay, that's perfect. Export FBX. Okay, click IMVU, FBX import, and load FBX. Click the one that we made, hide, we don't need to hide. Click the second one, configure FBX. Yes, we know. Make that 0.01 because I already made it, so it's gonna be the same steps. Okay, we have here the series 3 poses. Alright, sometimes these are changing, so you don't have to depend on replacing. Actually, you have to go there and look. This is pelvis nude, and left side or left side. Okay, click import and import changes. Alright, let's go. Stance 1, make sure. Okay, this yes, and this yes, this yes. Okay, yes, they are the same ones in this case. And as you can see here, I cannot see where the 3 pose is gone. And that's because in configure it's changed to weird thing, so click that. Make sure to click that. Okay, we have 1, 2, and 3 now. Okay, click that now, and let's go ahead and click that. Ooh, and it's fixed, my buddy. It's fixed. Okay, go ahead and add other actors. Add actor. That's a glitch that I'm thinking IMV did not notice it now. How many to add actors, because they actually have to give us option to add as many actors as we want, because in this case 5 group poses is gonna be very messy. Okay, so let's try to let's for example use that one with the suit. Okay, it's loading. Let's try to select the third pose, and here it is. Let's fix it. Right, don't mind that guy because he just standing there looking all beautiful. Okay, so here it is. That's how we make poses actually, and in IMVU 3 group poses and the same progress for 5 group poses. So I'm gonna go ahead and go real quick and do 5 group poses real quick as we talking. So I'm gonna go ahead, but I will go silent, right? So just, so you can get the steps I'm doing. Okay, let's go ahead. I have here Okay, but you don't have to do what I'm doing right now. Okay, don't worry, you don't have to go through all these steps. I was just fixing up my my file, because as we were talking I made that just now. So you don't have to go through all that, because you right now I just saved the file. You're just gonna open it and see that it's fixed as it is right now. Okay, so just save it for you. Okay, as you can see, here, object mode. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's make simple thing for now. So let's go here, pose mode, click that, go here, and let's just make the arm look like that, and this arm look like that, and click AI here. Oops, I made a mistake. Control C, then Control V, click I. Okay, so it'll give us this shape. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so object mode, click that, pose mode. Let's make that like that. Click A, Control C, I, then click Control V, I. This will give us this shape. Okay, perfect. Now, object mode, like that, pose mode, and let's play with legs. And then let's make that look like that, and let's make it go down. So click move and rotate it a little bit. Move, go down. A, Control C, and click I. Click I. Okay, go here. Control V and click I. Okay, perfect. Object mode. Like that. And let's make him in a retarded pose. So go here and let's make it look like that. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but anyway. Oh, that's the shoulders, by the way, guys. This one's down here are the shoulders. This one's beneath the head, the shoulders. If you're wondering, he's like tired or whatever. I don't know. So click A, Control C, and click I, and click the one, then Control V, and click I. Okay, so it gives us that shape. Okay, it's almost there. Make object mode here, pose mode, and let's make that legs look like that, with the hands looking like that, with the chest, with the shoulder the same. For example, the shoulder be looking like that, and hand be looking like that. let's select that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, click A, click I, Control C, move to the 10, Control V, and click I again. Alright, so we have here this zombie bosses, or whatever you call it. Each one is posing nicely, as you can see. Perfect. So they all have to be posing in 1 and 10, and they're starting to get to rest pose in 20. So always make sure that they are in 20 rest pose. Okay, let's export that. So we're gonna go here and shift, hold shift, select that, since shift, that, okay. I see this one is not selected. I have no idea why, but I'm thinking because we're in the pose mode, so that's why. And then go to object mode first. Okay, so he's actually selected here. Okay, perfect. We did everything we need to do. File, export, FBX, and let's make it testing 5GB, and make sure this is limited to select objects and geometry. This not selected apply modifiers, make sure to uncheck that, and make sure to uncheck add leaf bones and leave bake animation, because we need to make animation. Okay, export FBX, and take some time to export now. Give it a moment. Just creating the file. There it is. Okay, click on IMVU, create. As I told you before, I'm using my 5 group post empty. I will link it in the description. Click drive, open, ta-da. Okay, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. We have to make sure here 5 pose, xsf.xsf. Okay, click FBX import, load FBX. Gonna go to testing 5GB, testing 5GB. Okay, and click hide and click the second one. However, it goes too much, we're gonna stick with the second one. Okay, click configure FBX. Yeah, we know, import, and then 0.01. And we have here pose and pose 001, which is 2. And we have here 3 and 4 and 5. Perfect. Like import. Yeah, this error happens when actually I have here this. So this actually conflict with the other. So we need to close everything before starting. So click create and go again, derive from product, open. FBX import, load FBX, and click testing 5GB. We don't need to hide. Second one, figure FBX. Yeah, import changes 0.01. Yeah, perfect import. I already made it, so give me just a moment, I need to delete it in a moment. It is. Yet. Okay, back on view. Board. Let's try again. Fresh. So simple. Maybe we'll try again. It'll work. Create support on the PX. Hi, second one. There it is. 0.01 import. And give 0 more. Hi, no plug in live post. Huh. Data, okay. That's weird. That's really created actually. I don't get it. So, import maybe. Like that. I'll do something smart actually. I'll go here. What the hell? Does create it when I try to use it? Doesn't. But that's what this is used only on my PC. Okay, you don't mind this issue. If you fix it on yours. Maybe I have to restart, I'm not sure. So the second one. More changes. Um, board. Okay, so it's easier actually now, which is so weird. Wait, which one can I create? People's animation pool. Oh, it has an issue. It says cannot create the shoulder. Cannot create the shoulder. I'm thinking why. Cannot create this one. Let's go ahead and see. Did I miss out on something? No, actually. Wait, it is that one. It is that one. This one. This one. Hmm. Maybe let's change the pose a little bit and see. Pose. I, Control C. Go here, Control V, and click I. So let's try this again and see if it will work. First, click Object Mode and select. Oh, I know why now. Yep, this has to be like that. Always make sure. Yeah, okay, it will work now. Hopefully. Okay, Object Mode. Select second. Okay, we make it from here for confusion. Here, select the first one, hold shift, select that, that. Okay. Here it is. Let's try again. Export FBX. A testing group. Let's make that one. Okay, selected objects, geometry, apply modifiers unchecked, add leaf rules unchecked. Okay, export FBX. Well, sometimes you don't really see the error, but as I already tried out these things before, so I already know the errors. But yeah. Okay, let's try this out. Abort, cancel. Load FBX. Let's load the testing flag group pose 1. Okay. Edit. Let's the second one. Port 0.01. Let's see here. 0. Okay, import. Yep, fix it. Well, okay, go in configuration. Make that 5 post XSF always, so we can have the 5 posts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, so let's actually go to actions and add the poses. So the first post gonna be that, second gonna be that, third gonna be that, fourth gonna be that, and 5 gonna be that. Make 0 loop 9 and 10, then 0 0. Click enter. 0 9 10 0 0 0 9 10 0 0 0 9 10 0 0 and finally 0 9 10 0 0. There it is. Well, let's try it out then now. That the first pose. No, we're in the wrong file. Wrong file again. Here. Okay, so that's the first pose, as we can see. Yeah, it is. So you're gonna add actors and stuff like this. You know already how. Is that the second pose? Oh my god, I keep getting confused. Okay, that's the second pose here. You're doing his arms like this. And yeah, okay, and then that's the third pose. Of course, you're gonna adjust it a little bit because you see it can way to this direction. Here, that's the third. Yeah, and that's the fourth, the dying pose or tired pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3. Okay, that's confusion happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, tired pose, like him, tired. And finally, that's the 5 pose. So he's doing this cool with his arm, and his arm like this, his feet like this. Yep. Right, so that's basically how you do poses, and I'm gonna link you everything that's fixed. All you're just gonna do is go to pose mode, adjust to 1 keyframe, copy and paste, and then click I to keyframe, then go to 10, then paste pose, and that's how you do the poses actually. And all the issues that I had in my tutorial is just because I did not actually like made up before I actually made the tutorial. I'm doing it as we're talking. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'm gonna make many other tutorials. Mostly will be about Second Life. I'm still not sure. I will see what I can do. Thank you so much, and I hope I can get more likes and more subscriptions to keep me going doing all these kind of fun videos. Well, sometimes people don't think this is fun, but some others love to create and know more about Blender, and I actually one of the people that loves to know and get more inspired stuff like this. Well, thank you so much guys, and I will see you in my next tutorial.